Welcome to Breakup, cheater. Let's get into today's story. They say there's always a moment, the exact second, your life splits clean down the middle. For me, it was a Thursday night post-dinner, the kitchen still warm with the smell of garlic and rosemary. Olivia was at the sink, rinsing dishes under the soft hum of the overhead light, sleeves pushed up, her hair tied loose like she always did when we were home together. Familiar. Or so I thought. I want to take a solo trip, she said, like she was asking to borrow the car. Just casually tossing it out there. I lowered my glass, already halfway through my wine. By yourself? She didn't turn to look at me. Well, no. Maddie and Isla are going too. But this is for me. I need it. Maddie and Isla. Two freshly single women on their latest kick of empowerment and healing girlhood wounds. A rotation of self-help podcasts and yoga with moonstone crystals. I already knew what kind of trip this was shaping up to be. What exactly are you hoping to find over there that you can't find here? I asked, trying to keep my voice even. She dried her hands with a towel and finally faced me. I've never done anything on my own, Richard. I went from living with my parents to living with you. I need to feel like me again. We'd been married 4 years. We bought a house just last summer. I thought we were steady. Maybe not flashy, maybe not thrilling every second, but real. Committed. Clearly, she didn't feel the same. This isn't about partying, she added quickly, probably catching the tension in my face. It's not like that. I just need space to think. So, space before what? Yes. Before we start a family. Before we get too tied down for you to jet off with Maddie and her yoga instructor boyfriend. That's not fair, she said. What part isn't fair? The trip, or the fact that you're making this decision like I'm just some roommate being notified, not your husband? She exhaled like I was proving her point. This is why I almost didn't tell you until after I booked it. And just like that I understood. This wasn't a discussion. It was a courtesy. One of those hollow little gestures people give right before they do whatever they want anyway. She left that weekend. I didn't argue, didn't yell, didn't try to change her mind. But I made a quiet decision of my own, a choice she wouldn't see coming. I drove her to the airport that morning. Not because I wanted to, but because I didn't want to hand her an excuse later. She dressed like she was headed to brunch, not a red eye. A linen blazer, giant sunglasses. Wheeled suitcase that probably cost more than my first car. You okay? She asked as we pulled up to departures. I'm good, I replied. You got your passport? She nodded, then hesitated. You're being quiet. I looked at her. You're going on vacation with 2 women who treat monogamy like it's a suggestion, and you're wondering why I'm quiet. She frowned. This is why I needed to get away. You twist everything. Not everything's about cheating. No, I said. But trips like this, they open doors. Doors people shouldn't peek through. She didn't respond, just stepped out. I helped with her bags and she gave me a goodbye kiss on the cheek. Not like a wife, like a coworker. I'll text when I land, she said. You don't have to, I told her. She blinked. What's that supposed to mean? It means go do what you've already decided to do, Olivia. Just don't pretend it's for us. She didn't argue. Just walked inside, rolling her suitcase behind her. I watched her disappear through the glass, then drove away without a glance back. That afternoon I got to work. I didn't drain our accounts. I'm not that guy. But I moved my direct deposit to my personal bank. Cancelled our fall trip and had the refund rerouted to my card. Updated billing on every shared account, utilities, insurance, streaming services. Small moves. But they added up. We weren't divorced. Not yet. But I was done acting like a man whose wife still respected him. By day 4 the Instagram posts began. A wine glass in hand, street cafe backdrop. Caption. Lost in Lisbon. Finding peace. Lisbon hadn't even been on the original itinerary. Next came Seville. Then Milan. Then Nice. They were city-hopping like college students with Eurail passes and no jobs waiting back home. Each photo perfectly curated. Campus, sun-soaked beaches. Olivia in oversized sunglasses, laughing with Maddie, barefoot on cobblestones, pretending to admire street art. Then one photo stopped me cold. Group shot. The girls and 3 guys I didn't recognize. One had his arm around Olivia's waist. No tags. No explanation. Just the caption. New friends. Old souls. I stared for a long time. Then I opened a folder on my desktop, titled it Lisbon, and started saving screenshots. Call it paranoia. Call it preparation. Either way, the benefit of the doubt was dead. She texted once that week. Hey, hope everything's good at home. We just got to Barcelona. It's beautiful here. I left it on read. The next day, Maddie posted a video, some beach club. Olivia was dancing barefoot, cocktail in hand. The same guy from the photo was there, shirtless, leaning in to whisper something. She didn't pull away. I saved the clip. No confrontation. No questions. Waited. 3 weeks later, she walked back in the front door like she hadn't detonated our life. She smiled like she'd just won something. God, it's good to be home. You wouldn't believe the train situation in Italy. I leaned against the counter, arms crossed. You rearranged, she said, looking around. Had time. She came closer, tried to kiss me. Turned. Her lips hit my cheek. You mad? She asked. No, I said. You're back. That's what matters, right? She laughed nervously. Okay, I know how it looked, but it wasn't like that. We needed a break. That's all. Looked like you made some new friends. She hesitated. You saw the posts. I saw what I needed to. You know how it is. Group photos. That doesn't mean anything. You weren't wearing your ring. That landed. She flinched. It was safer. We were traveling. I didn't want to attract the wrong kind of attention. I didn't answer. Just handed her an envelope. She opened it. Inside, a printed notice from the bank. Count separation. Paperwork showing I was buying her out of the house. Contact info for a moving service. He stared. You're kicking me out. You said you needed space, I said quietly. I made sure you'd have plenty. After one trip. I sipped my coffee. After one choice. A choice you made without me. She dropped onto the couch, stunned. It wasn't supposed to be permanent. What did you think was waiting for you when you came back? A gold star. You're overreacting. No, I said. You just don't like that actions have consequences. I didn't cheat. Did you come close? She didn't answer. She didn't need to. You erased me the second you boarded that plane, I said. You wanted freedom. Now you've got it. But freedom comes with a price. Tears welled in her eyes. You're just done. I grabbed the duffel I'd already packed. Set it gently by her feet. You can stay with Maddie. Or Isla. You've got options. She stood slowly, voice trembling. This is really happening. You made your call, I said. Now I'm making mine. No screaming. No drama. Just silence. The kind you only hear when something's truly over. By the weekend she was gone. A few weeks later she tried to reach out. Unknown number. I let it ring. Then came the emails. Please, just one conversation. I didn't reply. Then she showed up outside, arms crossed like she had something to prove. I've been calling. I know. You moved on that fast. I started moving the moment you said you needed space. She stared at me. I made a mistake. No, I said. You made a choice. You just didn't like the outcome. That's the story. Some people travel the world chasing freedom, thinking it'll help them find themselves. But sometimes the person they were really running from was already waiting for them back home. And sometimes, he's not waiting anymore. This has been Breakup Cheater. Thanks for listening.